Hello, friends. Welcome to my 42nd day of my seventh Entrypoint Waterfast. First of all, this stream will be about what it's like 42 days drinking water only. And before I start, I would like to thank I would like to thank all of you who write me comments or who even reach me on my WhatsApp. Thanks a lot, because just so you understand, the reason I'm doing this is that I think that what I'm telling you, the information, is original and important. And why do I think that? Because when I started my fast 2 years ago, I tried to look for information, and the information I found, I thought was sort of shallow. It was, like how to get through the fast, how to come back, and what to drink. But for me, water fasting, it's an evolutionary instrument how to improve myself, and not only physically but also mentally. And this information, I don't find it anywhere on the internet, so that's why I'm uh, doing these streams. So if you like it, please share the information, because I feel that everyone should know this. Also, if you look over there, there's a book called Sapiens. Please read it. It's amazing, and a lot of the information s- a lot of the information I'm talking about from my own experience actually is reconfirmed in the book. So I feel that, if I come to a conclusion based on my experience, and I also find it somewhere else, then probably it's not just my opinion, but it's something that's flirting a little bit with a fact. So that's for the beginning. So again, thank you for your support. And let me now tell you about the 42nd day, because the last stream I did was, I think, the day 28th. And I have to tell you that it's just amazing. And the reason it's amazing is that, you know, of course, I would like to eat, because, when the activity eating, it's fun. You get to taste food. You can talk about the food with friends, and it's a nice activity. So of course, I miss it, and I'm looking forward to eating. But meanwhile, while I'm doing the fast, the fact that I'm not eating, it actually gives you completely new perspective. Now, no, it's the same perspective. Like I imagine that a lot of you experience what it's like being sick in your life. And I remember, when I was sick, I think when I was a little kid. So, let's say you have a fever, you're in your bed, you don't feel well. And when you're lying there under the bed, not feeling well, you remember the times when you felt great, right? And you think to yourself, oh my God, I don't want to travel anywhere. I don't want to buy anything. I just want to feel great. I just want to make myself a cup of tea or coffee and look out of the window and feel great. Oh my, and you almost feel like you will not experience it, because at the moment you feel extremely bad, right? But in the same time, it almost puts a lot of things in a different perspective, because you feel to yourself, you know, how happy I would feel if I can just walk outside. And then you realize that the walk outside is a nice activity, but while you were healthy, you took it for granted because it was just walking outside. But only when you realize you lose something or you don't have it, and you realize that you have it. It's, I bet you anything, there's a lot of people in Ukraine who think to themselves, we just want this to be over and live a normal life. We don't even care if we are rich. Let's be poor, but let's just feel safe. So this is the change of perspective I'm talking about. That thanks to water fasting, you have it 24 hours a day. seen the previous episodes, the links are in the commentary to the stream. I talked about how you can use fasting as meditation. And after you practice it for several days, after, let's say, after the first 9 days, when you get into ketosis, you have this you can approach it as a meditation, and then as you do it every day, you completely forget you are meditating. And thanks to fasting and the fact that you're not eating, it constantly keeps reminding you that everything is relative. If you are happy, if you are sad, if you feel stressed, if you feel worried, if you feel joyous, all of this, these are just thoughts. And all the way in the back, that's where consciousness is. That's where you are. But you forget that you are there because you are always so interested in what's happening around you. But when you do fasting, you can come back to your I all the time. And you get to the point, and it happens to me many times during the day, and I love it. A thought of food comes, and I just started laughing because I just feel that it's so absurd. For the past 42 days, I've been drinking water only. That it just seems so absurd. Like let's say that I pretend to myself. Let's say that I'm not human, and let's say I'm a space alien, and I'm looking down at the George, this human being that voluntarily doesn't eat and drinks water only. It's why is he doing that? Why is he doing that in a society? And I live in the Czech Republic, so a Western society where we wake up in the morning and we eat breakfast, a lot of sugar, right? Chai with honey or tea or with sugar. Then you eat bread, or you have sweets, or you have cornflakes. So you eat sugar for breakfast. At work, everyone, you grab a snack here and then. So that's usually another carbohydrate, right? Sugar. For lunch, it's a big thing. People usually, let's say an hour before lunch, are, talking to each other or thinking, what are you going to have for lunch, right? When they have lunch, what do they eat? Sugar again, you know, potatoes, rice, it's all carbohydrates, pasta, just carbohydrates, right? So sugar for lunch, and then sugar for later snack, sugar for dinner. And they eat it like this 6 times a day. And if they skip one meal, they tell each other, it's like, oh my God, I cannot go to the meeting because I haven't had lunch. And if I don't eat lunch, I'm completely useless in the meeting, right? So in this society, there's this George who only drinks water, he doesn't eat, and he's completely normal, functional. Now, for the alien, it must look really weird. Now, of course, not only to the alien. So right now, it's my 42nd day, and I'm nearing 70 kilos. I started at 93 kilos. Sorry, guys, if you cannot count in kilos, but I started at 93 kilos, and now 42 days later, I'm at 72. Now, you never do entry point water fast to lose weight. To lose weight, you run, you exercise. But the reason I'm talking about weight is for two reasons. First one is that I already know that my bottom weight, where I still have fat reserves to do fasting safely, is about 65 kilos. So I know that I still have about 8 kilos to go. So based on the kilos, I know when I'm going to stop. So just so you know, and I'm not religious, but it somehow turns out that I will start on the Big Friday, before Easter, and it will be 60 days. So I know based on the weight where I'm going. But Because I live in a society where everyone eats 6 times a day, because I live in a world where everyone drinks carbohydrates through alcohol and beer, and there are societies where if you don't drink, you insult, if you don't drink alcohol with them, you insult them, then of course I live in a world where people are fat, that it's normal to be overweight. I always compare it to the movie Wall-E, where he gets to the ship where the civilization just rides in wheelchairs and everyone is fat, but because everyone's fat, they look normal. Now, but of course, if someone who's 6'2" and now I weigh 72 kilos, well then I don't, to people I don't look healthy. I look like someone who's very sick. I look like someone who's a bulimic. I look like a drug addict. Now, and of course, as I go and I keep losing the weight, this puts a lot of pressure on people around me. So people start telling me, George, right now at this part of Waterfast, I feel great. I feel really great. And as I said, I enjoy the show, and it just helps me see various insights that I normally overlooked, including at work, of course. So the number of people who keep telling me, George, you should stop. You look sick. Now, people will start saying this, they say it all the time. And the reason they say it is because to them, I look sick. But of course, I look sick in a society where people eat so much that everyone is overweight, and only the sick people cannot keep up that much fat because they don't eat as much. So that's a thing that I personally really enjoy, because it's just fun how everyone keeps telling me this. And of course, as the water fast keeps going, I look worse and worse. In fact, on the Czech Facebook where I do a lot of these streams, people tell me that they say, "Oh my God, you're an idiot. You look like you are 60 years old." Well, no, if I it's like, how dumb do you have to be to think that the reason I'm doing water fast is that after 42 days of not drinking, that I would feel that I look amazing? I will say it using a swear word, but of course I look like shit. Now, not only do I look like shit to compare to the visual standard of beauty that we have, but of course, if the body doesn't eat for 42 days, it's pale, it doesn't look good, the eyes are, you don't look good. But of course, I do water fasting because 2 weeks after I stop, I feel amazing. And a week later, when I stop the water fast, I'm going to go for a run because I haven't run for a year. Because when I ran a year ago after water fast, I ran such an amazing time, 7 kilometers in 41 minutes, that I'm going to try it again. And if a week later I run this really fast time, oh my God, this will be so amazing that I will probably try to raise some money to sponsor some of these videos to share the message with the world. Because I don't know how many times it happened to you, but every time I do cheers with someone, we always say, let's everyone be healthy, to health. Health is like the most important thing. So in this society, if I found this evolutionary key that's inside of all of us, then oh my God, everyone should know. So guys, take care, and write me, share this please, because I think this information should be for everyone. And let's see each other within the next few days when I do the next stream. Take care. Bye.